Okay, so that's going to be Sparks, KGB, Effortless, and Avenged. If you're wondering why they call Sake, it's just their initials.
Yeah,
basically.
it's actually kind of clever. Yeah. They put some work into that.
Yeah, well, definitely a lot of thought went into it. And for the Expendables, we got silencep, we got Sparty, we got Demon, and we got Exodus. So this is Euro versus North American CTF match at the moment. We're in round 2. It's beginning, guys. It all starts over here. And right off the start, we're on New Cerberon, a new map here that I don't have much experience in commentating whatsoever. But
yeah, but you've run around a little bit here, gotten a bit of a feel for its many brown corridors.
Yeah.
But we've got Sparks here, just MGing it up, but we're already with the med kit. Got Exodus trying to take him down, but KGB is bringing out his LG early here. As Sparks is going to be putting some pressure on it, but it's going to be Sparty shutting him on down.
That was a good little bit of pressure, doing some nice damage. Silencep with the plasma. This is a guy that we didn't get to see enough of, I think, in the Duel Masters.
Oh, absolutely.
Because his aim is completely out of this world, so I wonder if he's going to be able to really carry his team forward with that constant 70% rail that we generally get from him.
This is going to be a fantastic venue for him to be proving himself, but we just have a lot of mix-ups in mid at the moment. Major regions haven't come up just yet, but it won't be too long here. Exodus ready to get it down, but it's going to be Demon with the quad trying to defend himself. Sparty with their own regen. He's going to be moving up. He's light on weapons. Where's that quad at? It's going to be Silence. Trying to get something off here, but he's out of MG. He's a quad gauntlet right now, so don't get too close. But otherwise, you don't have to worry too much.
Oh, he's found lots of stuff in the pool for him. He's moving into the enemy base. And I wonder if they have a clue where he's going to be coming from. We might see our first
think about that water.
touch.
You're going to be very loud, very noisy. It's hard to sneak in like that. So he's got a little bit of that quad to enjoy that LG. He's taking down Sparks already, but up the jump pad, he won't be getting very far. It's going to be a shutdown run. There's still a little bit of pressure on there, but KGB is going to be enjoying the last of that quad, last of that regen, and setting up the defense and sort of resetting things back into mid.
This is a map picked by the Sake team. Expendables said they got some strats over here. They said they haven't practiced the map a lot, but they've got tactics that they're going to be able to use. And no caps happening in the first 2 minutes, so it looks like they're holding on.
I like what KGB is doing on here. Ooh, Demon eating a nasty rail as KGB whips around that corner, doing a lot of damage here in mid. It looks like he's setting up, and his aim is pretty much on target so far in these early minutes. But taking control of mid here is going to be of utmost importance.
I find it awesome that I'm being able to cast players like KGB and all the guys on the Sake team. Sparks as well. These are CTF players I do not get to see very often, and they carry a great legacy. But KGB, he's going to be falling this time round.
Yeah, I like keeping the camera on him for a little bit, though, because he's just hitting just about everything. We're going to get some weapons in his hands. Taking a look at Avenged, though, he's going to have a very short run on the flag.
Very short.
And sent back over to his base.
So do you want to go back to KGB?
Yeah, KGB cam's all right with me.
KGB, come on.
It's going to be short-lived, though. Silent CP taking him down.
Silent, what are you calling him?
Silent CP?
Silent CP. You're mixing like the tournament admin.
Silence.
Silence P.
Yeah.
Silencep, man. The Euros will crucify you for this.
It's too complex, too complicated for me. I'm a Quake player.
He likes both of them, to be honest. He likes Silence P. He likes Silence. It doesn't matter.
Alright, but that's going to be quad up and in Effortless's hands. Getting him racked on up, going for 3, but man, that rail's going to be taking a big chunk out of him. Not quite vulnerable yet, but Avenged might be a problem for him coming out, but he's got no weapons other than that rail's going to be a shut-down regen. It's going to be Effortless on it, but taking down himself. Silence going ahead and getting the grab. Now he's doubled up on the items. This could be the beginning of a run. He's actually got a decent amount of weapons, and at least he's hitting just about every rail he's throwing out. Sparks is ready for him. He's going to be taken on down, trying to make it happen with the shotgun, but that made him nice and soft for that last rail.
What a shot by KGB, actually. Didn't even see him when he landed it. Beautiful stuff, and he's going to be able to use these 20 seconds of regen to hit rails. He's just trying to challenge Silencep, and oh my god, he's hitting so much. One more, and he's going to be able to get it. Still some regen working. How many rails in a row are you going to be hitting, KGB?
All of them. That's going to be a good way to take over mid, but where's the rest of his team to move forward and start to put some pressure on the base? We've got almost 4 minutes elapsed here. Not a whole lot of action on the flag. We have one dying in mid, and it's going to be taken on down.
Sparks finding that rocket in center map. Still a while until we got the power-ups coming up. I'm gonna flick around, see who we haven't seen much of. I haven't seen much of Effortless, to be honest. Looks like he's going to be sitting back in defense a little bit. Not under a great deal of pressure right now. Most of the fights seem to be taking place in or just around mid. That's quite the stack. But, you know, as we know, Jahar, defenders, they never get the camera time. They never get the glory, so...
Oh, no, because they spend a lot of time chilling, a lot of time stacking up. But taking a look at death ratios here, I mean, no defenders have really made it through unscathed. I mean, these quad runs have been absolutely brutal. Nobody really surviving them, and it takes an entire team effort to shut one down.
Yeah.
But we got another one coming up here in 20 seconds. It's time for the teams to start setting up in mid and making sure that they're ready for that party.
The Demon doesn't really have much in the way of weapons. He sees a rail in the distance. Now they're going to try and secure the fort. Demon, can you outrail KGB? He hit something like 10 shots in a row or something like that.
This is a great moment for the Expendables. They've got mid really held down, but it's going to be Sake Effortless moving in anyway, getting the grab. And look at him. He's got weapons for days, but he's got a really bad position. That's the great thing about the quad there. It's really difficult to get it out of mid. And you can see it trading hands several times as regions come up.
Let's have a look, see if I can find KGB. There we go. He's hitting 69% rail. This is just ridiculous. 10 seconds after quad. That rail, he needs to hit the shots, but his teammates actually silence.
I don't think anyone knows he's coming from this side. This could be big.
Oh, they've spotted him now. One rail. The Sparty's so stacked at the moment. And that's quite upsetting KGB. I don't know if his quad had disappeared by then, though.
Right, but he's still able to get in. He's still got a lot to work with. A couple seconds on that regen. Flags in sight.
It's difficult. It's like as soon as you get in there, the choke points are fairly easy to defend.
It's fairly quiet for him though at the moment. This is kind of all right. Fine, I'm going to take just everything here. He's got a couple fights here, but everyone's going to be relatively weak. That's going to take KGB down to rail level though, making touching the flag incredibly difficult for him here. He's sneaking in. The flag's open, but not undefended. Trying to make this silent and sneaky.
It's difficult to get in.
But he's going to be a huge distraction. I mean, the rest of the team can really move up and take over mid. KGB is doing a lot of good here just by being in the flag, but he's gotten the grab anyway.
Oh.
This is incredibly well put together by him. Really subtle, really
How's he done this on his own? I'm not sure. I think Exa just turned up, but they didn't manage to get the flag touch.
There's
Sparks bringing the flag across mid. Is this going to be the first point? Ooh. He's just helped out by a teammate. No one seems to be attacking at all, and it's just a home run there for Sparks. 1-0. The Americans take the lead on their map pick.
Absolutely. So, you know, the Sake guys have played together quite a bit. And we're going to be seeing Sparks looking for a little bit more of an attack here. Only 38 health for him coming into mid. We might be seeing a bit of reset. And that's sort of dangerous to be having, you know, this close to quad. But look at this. I like this pressure on the flag right as quad comes up, hoping that he can sneak in. But Sparty's not going to be distracted from it. He's going to be solid on that defense.
Let's go have a look at some of the Expendables players. Well, okay, as quad is up, I'm not allowed to do that yet, but I promise I'm going to put that on my priority list.
It's going to be Effortless using this quad to clean house and make sure that there's no vermin in the basement, but taking away that regen is going to be a good power for him, and armors as well.
Yellow just spawning at the perfect moment for him. Let's go
So it's going to be Sparty on the defensive regeneration, and he's going to need every bit of that. It's going to be up to the rest of the Expendables to make sure that this quad doesn't make it that far through mid. Sparty, he's going to have to push out here a little bit and try to make sure that they can't get too close to the flag. But this is such a complex map in terms of how many entrances there are to the flag room. Sparty really needs to make sure he's on top and he's ready for it.
Effortless silencep just not able to hit many rails against Effortless whatsoever. Very unlike him. Effortless he got support over there. I think his teammate just fell in front of him, and Exodus might be able to finish him off. There we go. And now I can get over and see the Expendables players. Silencep, Sparty. Wow, he is stacked. He does not want to be dropping the gun back. Actually, he's pushing forward into mid a bit. He's not under that much pressure, so he can just help his teammates out over there.
This is an incredibly difficult map to get quad, you know, moving anywhere, you know, towards an offensive push very quickly. You're seeing a lot of these kind of go and use defensively, you know, good timing with the regens, a lot of these. But even so, it's incredibly difficult to actually get anywhere near this flag. But Silence has once again got it here.
We could be seeing a bit of a KGB-esque run at the moment.
Hey, we can do that too.
He's waiting a long time.
Yeah, he needed that YA. I mean, that'll take him out of rail territory. This 25 will help as well. But here's Sparks with nothing but a machine gun. But whoa! That rail out of KGB coming out of nowhere and getting the return, leaving Sake up in the lead here.
All of a sudden, three of them were just around him. And whatever information his teammates were feeding to him just did not help him to mid on any level. Silencep trying again. Let's move around. Sparty lost quite a lot of his health and armor lately. Demon trying to defend the quad that is to spawn imminently. He's actually got a good respawn location. And he might be able to help take that. Oh, KGB just swings on by. With all the rails happening and the rockets, Silencep managed to get the kill.
Who ended up with that quad is going to be Sparks on it, taking away a Mega as well. We might see a little bit of a moment of glory from Sparks here, but he's going to be using this to go back on the defense and try to stack back up before this push. But he's going to get a few freebie shots here in mid. He needs to connect with some of these rails, though. There's Sparty taking down Sparty at this point. Absolutely huge. That means the defense is going to be completely defenseless. They're going to have nothing but machine guns and gauntlets, which, you know, we've already seen is useful in this map. This could be something here.
Switch over Effortless. Is he going to go forward a little bit? He's just sheepishly
just checking it out, just making sure.
KGB, does he not want to support him? He's just hanging around the mid.
Announcing players with his rail, which is almost as good as hitting them.
I'm gonna switch on by. I feel like the Sake players are building something at the moment.
Well, Avenged, I mean, that Mega was pretty much taken away right off the bat.
Yeah.
But he's pushing out here. He's only got rails and LG, which is going to be plenty, but this med kit, well, again, he's going to be incredibly noisy coming in here. I mean, it's been very difficult to get into the Expendables base without anybody figuring out. But KGB, once again, sneaking in like the ninja he is, with only 17 health. How cheeky is that? But he's going to be railed on down. Demon getting the quick return.
Avenged straight back on it, though. He managed to find a way to base. That medkit unused completely. It looks like he, as well, is hoping for that yellow armor to spawn, and also presumably waiting for his teammates to relay over some useful information for him. He managed to get out there. Oh no, Exodus drops at the wrong time. Used the medkit. I think he did, and actually got railed at exactly the same moment, but he's going to get on by, and that is going to be 2-0 now for the Sake team.
I'm glad they gave the medkit over to Avenged. I mean, I don't think that's something KGB would have been able to handle himself, but Avenged being able to pick up that second cap, absolutely awesome for Sake as we move into the second half here.
Yeah, I feel like Expendables are going to be struggling on this map, to be honest, and probably Pillbox as well. I think the North Americans have really actually got some good practice going on the newer maps, which the Europeans have been a bit too stubborn about practice.
Is that the word for it?
Yeah. a bit like Cooler not wanting to practice Battleforge back in the
Well,
day.
Battleforge was a bit...
Yeah.
But no, I really like the way the pacing of this map is sort of forcing players to really sneak in and be careful and be really coordinated in mid. But it's going to be silenced here with regen. We have KGB with a few seconds left for quad. Going to be looking for that push. And now he's starting to miss some crucial rails. He's got Exodus barreling down with the plasma, trying to take him on down. He's got a little bit of that regen left, but no, it's going to be Sparty finally getting the defensive frag on him.
How are you hitting silencep? I mean, he's only hitting 60%. Not impressed, silencep.
He's doing quite well, though, especially with this regen coming in, but he's by himself at the moment. He's going to be popping through TP, looking for a little bit of damage, but now everybody knows where he's at. And it's going to be no problem to push him up against the wall.
He was very hesitant with his rail just then.
Yeah.
He didn't want to shoot one person. He saw KGB coming at the top, and it's like, no, wait for you. Oh, KGB gets the pummel on him.
Who needs guns?
Very nice.
But Avenged here, able to take down Demon. Starting to play a little bit here with their defense.
Demon, what? Jeez. Getting pushed against the wall.
Leave me alone.
So I want to see a bit of KGB action. See if we can get one of those sneaky attacks going in. Him and Avenged seem to be attacking.
We've seen them, try to sneak a player in right before quad comes out. Have everybody's attention on that quad up in mid, and KGB just sneaking in through the sewers. Demon taken on down. It's going to leave him railable though, incredibly vulnerable as he tries to sneak through these side hallways. Oh, not going to happen. Exodus railing him on down, and that's pretty much going to force KGB's hand to show up at this quad. Or deal with somebody sussing in for their own flag push.
That mid area feels really kind of rail heavy, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
you need
a little bit like Spider.
Yeah, you need to be doing some kind of special dance to avoid getting shot with any kind of stack if you're trying to get some attack going of some sort. But silencep, he's got the quad. We've got Exodus, who has a touch and does land the rails, but he's got pressure around him. silencep though coming in, and the flag's still down. I'm going to have to switch back to him, but he does die.
And that's going to be a reset on the flag. 10 seconds left on the squad. Exodus with plenty of this regen. But taking a look at the scores here so far, we have Sparks is he's sort of leading the death toll with 44 deaths, but they're still holding this down. A lot of defensive medals going around. It's Sparty who's really just taking that solid defensive position. He's still getting taken down a lot. Sparks now on the flag. He's looking for the cap, but it's going to be a bit of a trade here. We might have a bit of a troubled water situation on our hands.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to meet up against each other. Sparks, he's not super stacked, so he's not really happy to be around. He keeps spotting enemies.
It's a good handoff. Sparty's going to be on it. Of course, he's going to be the guy on the armory. He's going to try to make his way back across mid. Sparks is still being fairly
That's not the
aggressive
door,
here.
Sparks.
No, that's a wall.
All right, I'm gonna be switching a little bit back and forth between the two flag carriers at the moment. Sparty looking slightly more solid. And if there's anyone you want to trust with a flag, then it's going to be Sparty.
Absolutely, taking away every armor here, going to be incredibly stacked. But what does stack mean in the face of this quad coming up in 40 seconds? And the way the bases are laid out, I really think we're going to be seeing these flags in their hands for the next 40 seconds.
Quite possibly. And you know what, Sake guys, they don't care if they have to cap it or they're happy to have a cross cap going for the next 6 minutes if they. Just to get the win.
Yeah, absolutely. This is absolutely working into Sake's favor, just burning the clock down, wasting more time. This is totally comfort zone for them. So Sparty eating a rail here, which is going to be nasty. But here comes KGB out of nowhere with this LG. It's going to be double LG taking that home, and Sparks is going to bring this back up to 3-0, Sake's favor.
All of a sudden, Sparty was just completely surrounded. He didn't even have space to move whatsoever. Really nice work from Sake getting the trap like that.
Lack of intel on their own base there, and Avenged is going to be pushing that advantage, taking down Silence, making that 2-0 for Demon. And that's pushing this right into the flag. So all the subtlety's gone, all the sneaking is gone. This is just quad right into the base. But as you can see, it's incredibly difficult for one man to get out unnoticed.
Yeah.
Flag can chill there.
He's got a bit of quad. Is he going to be able to use it? Gets a kill on Sparks. Just one frag for Sparty. And Avenged actually with a regen. He might try and slowly work his way and get a flag touch. 2 green cyber demons in front of him. Can he take down both of them? Demon, silencep. One more actually.
Ooh, he's looking for that rail. He's got plenty of time on this regen left, so again, he's more than happy to sit it out for a little bit. So there's the
ow.
Oh,
that stings. And Avenged is like, actually, yeah, like, we'll do that a bit later. I'm gonna find more stuff in your base.
Very nice move out of Silence here. Rocket jumping away with the flag, coming back into mid, eating some LG from KGB, but it's going to be Effortless finally taking him down. Just so tough, pulling teeth getting out of these bases.
Yeah, I don't think that really the Expendables attackers, they've really found a good route to get out, or they're kind of really able to work with each other well.
Yeah, and that's really the key thing. You need to know which exit is safe, which path through mid is going to be, useful. Otherwise, it's just so easy to have 2 guys getting up with LG and turn it into Clan Arena.
Yeah.
Well, we've only got about 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to pick up 3 caps for the Expendables. This might just need to be their expendable map.
Please.
Oh. Too early for that?
Too early. Not in Europe, though. Silencep. Nice. Oh, he's curious, and he managed to find the rail frag on Effortless. There's no door over there, Silencep. Player still. Oh, Sparks just turns up and surprises the hell out of him.
Surprised the hell out of himself. But Silence is going to be coming through here with 15 health, but it's going to be Sparks on that quad as a completely fresh spawn, but totally worth just getting the grab, just getting the item denial. It's going to be Silence on the flag, though.
Oh.
Trying to avoid, but it's going to be difficult against Effortless's rail.
See if I can find that quad carry. There we go. We've got Sparks. He was using the quad defensively as the enemies in their base. And now he's going to push forward. Just lay down the aggression and force the Expendable team back into their own
fights, though. It's one of the things you can't really afford when you're running the quad. You need to have your eye on that flag. Getting caught here in these rooms, I mean, everybody will have time to conglomerate and make it very difficult for you to get out. But Exodus.
This needs to be the beginning of something right now. They can't afford to be wasting any time. Long range shotgun not going to be so effective. Exodus hitting
62% rail, but just not right now.
Yeah,
he needs to be getting this damage off on Sparks. He's able to finally get him down, but he's taking a lot of damage in the meantime. Avenged on the flag, however, looking like a pretty clean run so far. Popping back through the teleporter. Let's see what it's looking at on mid. He's got one guy to fit off against, and it looks like Silence wasn't really even looking for him. This could be a clear path for him. Nope, it's going to be Effortless.
Flag's still up. Effortless does find it. This might be another cap. This is totally going to shut down map number 1 for the Expendables to try and come back from. And he's just getting his mate KGB to check if it's safe. He should be able to get on there. What? Wow. Did you really want to give that? KGB getting himself another cap? Unnecessary.
One more, you get some free sandwich. KGB and team, though, I think Sake is going to have this map fairly well in the bag as we go into the next one. So what are you thinking going into map 2 here?
Well, honestly, I think that it's very difficult to establish any kind of prediction for map number 2 because I think
With
that the
these teams,
Expendables are so much stronger there. And I would imagine the same for the Sucker, that they're going to be, both the teams are going to be showing a higher level of skill on Japanese castles, and it's going to be very, very interesting to watch. 5-0 now.
Keeping up with the European scene of CTF these past few months, but the Americans have been putting in a bit of the work. You know, there's been a few cups here and there. How have things been looking over across the pond?
Honestly, this is the one thing that North Americans are far superior to the UK.
Which is why I'm so happy about it.
Getting together, CTF, and getting people very active. Slightly lackadaisical approach on the European side with the CTF. But when they do get their good teams together, then brilliant things happen. There was the party.
That's part of why maybe they don't prepare, because they just know, hey, we just show up and, you know, kick ass.
Well, that's the thing, but Expendables get themselves a little novelty cap right there, but it doesn't really mean anything.
Door prize.
Yeah. Well, I hope though that the Europeans are already practiced for this event, because the Americans did. They took this very, very seriously, as they damn well should. And the Europeans, well, if Expendables lose the next map, then they're going to find this tournament getting very, very difficult for them. 5-1 on the first map, and now we're going to be moving over to Japanese castles, which will be Expendables' pick.
Absolutely, man. It always comes down to Jap castles. This is the best map, and everyone knows it.
Is it your favorite?
Obviously.
No, I like Jap castles. I like it a lot. But there's lots of interesting maps in this pool. Not a very normal map pool that you get. We've got Infinity, we've got Stone Keep. Stone Keep we haven't seen for... I played competitively for quite a while, at least not myself.
The server just loaded in Stronghold, which was always a bit of a terrible map, you know, in VQ3. But it's actually gotten a bit of a facelift in Quakelive. I wish it would get kind of reevaluated.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
And it's just better now. You know, there's more routes, there's more power-ups, there's a lot more going on with it. I would like to see it in a pool sometime. Give it a fair chance.
Do you reckon? I don't know. I think all the Quakers who have been playing for 10 years or so, they suddenly see this in the Quakelive pool. They're going to be like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's going to just be a huge shift, and they're going to be caught by surprise. They've already got to get used to Pillbox as well.
Right. I was about to say, speaking of Pillbox, of things we haven't really seen yet.
Yeah. I hope that we get to see that at some point, because I've never casted that at all.
Well, neither have I.
Never seen
we're in the same boat there, so don't worry. I'll hold your hand. We'll make it through this together.
I've probably got sort of 2 days played on it as on a race server, but I haven't played it on CTF, although I have
items. What items? Yeah.
Lots and lots of items. It's got lots of very interesting doors, like there's panels that you can step on that crush people trying to get through the teleporter, and you can set up some nice little
bringing back some of those interactive bits that were popular in the heyday.
I really miss that kind of stuff. The little things like in DM7 Retribution, you've got the little area that you can unlock to get into the red armor pit or rail pit, depending on what game type you're on. But these guys looking to get ready in a moment.
I think that's my favorite mention of New Cyberon now. Current New Cyberon race record, 3 minutes and a half.
For Demon, yeah.
But man, coming into Japanese castles, this is just a classic map. I remember when this finally got added to Quakelive, and the entire community just went berserk.
Happy. There were smiles. There were smiles, laughter, and cheering. It looks like people are readying up right now.
We've got an F3 here.
I think that the defensive position is going to be interesting to work out what these guys are doing. Are they going to be doing 2 in the box to do the kind of far more defensive approach?
One of the real X factors with Japanese castles is that the item for each base is so far removed from the flag itself that, you know, item steals and item trades and things of this nature are incredibly vital to the gameplay. Yeah.
And of course, there's 2 powers, 1 in each base. They're also as much as the items, there also aren't very many.
Right, yeah. I mean, health is scarce. I mean, you're going to be hunting around for those 25s and the 50 on each side.
There aren't many maps where you get super excited about shards spawning. Oh. And this is like the one map where, oh my god, there are shards in base, quickly take them. Every 5 armor is so valuable to us.
I forgot about the garden 50, but that 50 is usually, you know, one you're picking up when you're already being cornered by rockets anyway, so it doesn't end up helping you all that much. If you're running the flag and you've got, you know, more than rail health, you're ignoring it. If you've got less than rail health, it's too late, you know. Yeah,
you can't really. You've very much got to measure how close behind me are they. And are they going to try and cut it off? Because if they go through the little side tunnel, then you're like, okay, maybe I can kind of stall here for a second, but...
I mean, mid is so relatively Spartan. I mean, you've got like 2 paths to go, but you're right. You have these really vital decisions to make just in a split second on which way to cut.
I think we'll see hopefully some rocket jumps across mid, or people maybe flying through the windows and air rockets landing.
Absolutely, yeah. It's got a lot of those opportunities, but man, the difficulty of defending the quad/regen area is absolutely my favorite part of this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who's going to be getting the RNG luck in the quad or regen? It's going to be interesting to see. I think we got one player that's just reconnecting at the moment. I think something happened to Exodus. He just disappeared. He raged after new server and said, I don't want to do this anymore.
Speaking of rage, that last match was quite entertaining. We had a little bit of inter-team drama there.
Oh, the CDC.
And strenx, yeah.
Oh man, I was speaking to COD and COD 47.
Yeah, I was in there. And they were just cracking up.
They said they literally couldn't hit anything because they were just laughing so much. Like, obviously, having Cypher and strenx in the team and being able to talk with them, this must be a pretty hilarious experience. I wish
you could have been in there. That was something else.
I want to just watch behind them and see what they're saying. I would love to have some footage of that. That would be absolutely.
Looks like we've got an elf giving us a little bit of a message here.
What? So apparently, I've got a little info. CDC is winning 1-0 on Japanese castles against the top seed. we gotta get into this game at the moment, but that's something very interesting that we just heard. I wonder if we can look back on that a little bit later. But right now, Demon here, map number 2. These expendable guys need to find something in their wind, some wind in their wings.
Wow, Demon's wasting no time. He's a bit of a speed demon at the moment, but KGB is just going to be shutting him down with shotgun, making that initial rush just, well, it was nice, but we're really just biding time for these first items. But man, no, the pressure. I'm sorry, I'm completely wrong. They are keeping this pressure up. No breaks.
Very good.
Taking down these defensive players before they can stack back up. And Silence is going to be taking KGB down through the windows. And he's actually going to be waiting for a regen or a quad. That's so risky. You don't know what's coming up. It's going to help either way. But it's going to be a return flag, and it's going to be Exodus on the regen.
Do you think that was a bit greedy to wait for the power up, or do you think there was a good idea on paper?
If you knew it was going to be a regen, sure, but the quad, your flag runner doesn't really need a quad per se,
Let's see if we can find the power ups. There we go. We got Effortless. Just found a couple of seconds left on it. He's only got 1 kill on the quad so far. He's moving in, not a great deal of health. Demon gets rid of those 225s he just took. There's some lovely rail action over here. And there's some nice pressure, actually. Expendables.
This is incredible damage coming out of Sake.
Oh, that rocket.
But damage or no damage, Exodus is going to be able to get through there.
I'm going to switch over to see the expendable guys. Looks like Exodus is going to be base D, which is interesting.
This is a major reset. Everybody died in that last little skirmish here. It's going to be a bit of a messy mid for the time being. But Silence is going to be breaking through here. No YA for him to grab. He's got 1 potential 50 on top, but he's not wasting any time. Effortless, just duck hunting him right out of the air.
Oh, what? Flag still up. Everyone just exploded in that stairway. And the flagger is actually still down on the ground at the moment. There we are. Sparty eventually returning it. I do want to see what Sparty's role is soon. It's also going to be very important for the attackers to keep doing damage to the defenders. If you find that you've been so passive that the defenders got to a 100, 200 stack, then you know that something's gone very wrong. So,
especially in Jap castles where yellow armor is so desirable by everybody who spawns. Like if you're going to be running, you want that YA. You can't depend on the one in mid because mid will be too messy by the time you get there. Oh, I was hoping, but Demon is going to be shut on down there.
Let's go over to the Sake guys. We've got a bit of an attack. Avenged there. Does he have a teammate with him?
Teammate or no teammate, he's going to be able to get this touch. With 50 health, he's rerollable, and there's silencep ready for it.
The flag's not getting that far at the moment. Oh, quad Avenge can't make it. Exodus. What's he going to do?
It's going to be double quad here. KGB is going to have the grab. He's going to have
Let's watch him.
Everything he needs.
This
push forward here, and he's going to have a ton of armor. This is an incredibly stacked KGB coming through here. And Demon's going to try to sneak up behind him. KGB says nope. And he's going to try to break in, and he's got Avenged here to help him out as well.
This is dangerous for
This is incredibly dangerous. But these grenades, those make me nervous. Smarty's going to be there and shut down. KGB up the stairs and out of here without getting touched. I mean, Avenged was a good meat shield there, but now KGB needs to get across mid, having a bit of a trouble here in the rocket launcher room as that quad runs out. Might be having to break over towards the garden.
He took a little bit of time getting out of base. This might be very difficult for him to do. He's sticking maybe a little rocket jump. He's just sneaking behind
everybody.
Oh my god, that is
blows on through.
Nightmare.
And this is going to be a clean cap unless anybody shows up to this flag room, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be one zip for Sake here.
I think Expend. What on earth were they doing just there? Just a complete lack of awareness.
Yeah, once he disappeared back into base, nobody was really tracking after him. They all went back to mid, expecting to meet him there. But he did the right thing and kind of paused for a moment until his moment to shine came around. I
think it was nice to see that the Sake guys, they all came to mid to support the flag carrier. Everybody was there, and it was just definitely a big team effort to get the first cap on the board. And Expendables, okay, they won their first round, but if they get to the second round and they get pushed down to the lower bracket, they are not going to be happy bunnies. So they need to collect themselves a little bit. And show the Americans what they can do.
This is good pressure, though. There's a lot of aggression, a lot of just irritation going on KGB right now. If you're keeping KGB off of your own flag, you're doing a lot of good work. But it looks like KGB is actually moving into more of a defensive role in Jap castles.
He just maybe if he gets that quad, then he's going to push forward. Otherwise, maybe he's going to be a little bit more defensive on the whole.
And over on the Expendables side, it looks like not Sparty, but silencep is going to be pulling most of those armors together and trying to hold down the base. But we have items coming up here. Once again, it's going to be a regen up. Ooh. And what's the other guy there? It's going to be a regen slash quad. It's going to be KGB on the quad once again. We already saw how dangerous that was before. Lightning might just strike twice, which is rare in KGB's case.
There's no medkits for him to worry about yet.
It's the LG in this map anyway, so it's a moot point.
Oh, that rocket at the beginning was great. A nice little combo. He's hitting his rails and silencep. Shotgun, that's going to be the regen. Oh god, Sake, he is transforming into his ultimate form. Oh, what? Sparty's rockets, there we go. That was their savior over there. KGB, I could see him taking down the whole team twice over.
And that's why this map is so mid-dependent. You really need, to get in and out of base cleanly. If you don't, you're going to be way too weak coming into mid and a soft target. But Sparty absolutely doing the work there. KGB just sitting back up. But man, Demon clipping the toenails there a little bit with that rail, but taking him down.
Let's switch around a little bit more. Silencep. How's he hitting at the moment? Not getting that 60%.
Oh, you're setting the bar rather high here.
70%, man. I've
70%
got high
or nothing. Go home.
Yeah. Oh god, look at all the defense over here.
It is a huge mosh pit in the Expendables base right now. We should see a flag touch it before too long. What's going on in that room? Where is everybody? Wow.
All gathered. Silencer barely scratches the surface in there. Let's go around Sparty. He's been under a bit of pressure, but he's holding onto the base at the moment. But hopefully he's not being too traumatized by giving up that first tap.
A little bit nervous there, but we've got Demon pushing in on this YA. It's going to be KGB going for the YA like he needs it, but man, he's going to be shut down for it.
That was horrible for Demon. There's someone flying at him, and he knows if he rockets him, he might get the kill, but he's probably going to kill himself, and that's basically what happened.
Everything for the flag, but it's going to be silencep on it. Is the first real run that we've seen out of Expendables so far here in Job Castles.
Here we go. This is actually quite promising.
But it leaves the question open: where is everybody? Sparty better be ready to hold him down. It's going to be the return and the cap that'll tie it back up 1-on-1. So clean. Did they go to a different server for a second?
I think so. I didn't see a single Sake player on the way back for silencep. That was unusual. We got it.
Time.
Wait, what's just happened? Exodus. All right, I'm going to watch this. We've been watching this KGB with the quad.
This is a big tonal shift for the Expendables here. Having a solid quad run. Exodus with 2 frags under his belt so far. Taking down KGB. Hey, man, this should be a really easy time to take down Effortless. I mean, the Sake defenders haven't had that much of a time to cool down. But, man, those stairs are always dangerous.
Exodus, that was so unfortunate, but he's got silencep with him. He picks up the quad and the rail. He's going to get the return at the same time, and another second of quad. There's a 50 health level. Silencep just rocking it right there with the help of Exodus's great start. That was
not willing to
awesome
pause for those 25s. It's going to make it 2-on-1.
Wow.
Expendables taking the lead here, so silencep really putting in the work.
What just happened over there? All of a sudden, there's just a gaping hole in Sake's defense, and Expendables have totally taken advantage.
Well, hopefully they can push that advantage here. It's going to be silencep moving back into mid with Rails making a twofer on Avenged. And looking for him on the respawn as well. Not quite getting it this time. I'm sorry, it's not 70%.
I know. Sorry, I keep looking at it. I keep looking at it on silencep. I'm stalking his accuracies a little bit.
But this is a good chance for him to get that forward spawn and rush in here with rockets. is going to be a ton of damage coming his way, but man, it's going to be dangerous for him to try to make this flag run with only 9 health. Or those 25s over there. No, not going to be up. We can hear machine gun, and it's always dangerous and risky when you've got that low amount of health.
You see that awesome attack? Demon just hanging around on the side, and then silencep just rushing in at 1,000 UPS. Really nice stuff. Sparks doesn't get far with that flag. Shut down fast.
We're getting close to midway here, but what a huge comeback for eXpendables so far.
Yeah, a really nice, like a single cap to come back from is actually remarkably.
But their aggression also
on
means that they don't have as many people in the flag room, but yep, flag or no flag. It's going to be easy to put them down on the stairs. A lot of damage coming up, but this is sort of the nervous time. Items are coming up. Avenged isn't going to be in a good position on this, but Exodus will be on their natural quad. Do we see a bit of an item steal on the other side? Now it's going to be Sparks on the regen, but this means that Exodus moving into the garden is going to be... I hope Avenged got the word out, you know, avoid avoid the garden. Sparks get out of there. It's not going to happen. It's going to hand Exodus that regen on a silver platter. Silence is going to be on the flat, but how long is that going to last with Exodus now? Ready to get the pickup.
One grenade hit him there, but he's got a load of regen as well. A couple of seconds of quad. He's timed this run beautifully. And there's someone above and he's going to get the kill. So down at the bottom is where Avenged met him. That was ridiculous. There's been, in the past, quite a lot of people have criticized Exodus for being part of these top Division 1 teams and not shifting his way to WELP. But over the last couple of years, I think really that argument's died down, and we're seeing some great quad runs from him, some great team maneuvers that he's kind of anchoring. Really liking what I'm seeing from Exodus at the moment.
Absolutely. So Avenged here, relatively fresh spawn. We're going to have to see what he can do with this rail. Mid's looking a little bit quiet at the moment, but it's going to be a lot of defense over here on the Expendable side of things. I mean, we're 10 minutes in. They're only up by a single cap. But Avenged is going to just try to sneak in here. Got it almost jump pad, but no.
See, that's silencep. That's what you should be doing.
He's getting a little bit close there. It's not 70. It's only 60. Yeah, we say the standard guy to stick to it. This is looking a bit of a failed on launch attack on the flag.
That's it. KGB, he's hit the magic number. silencep though again, getting the flag touches. There's no one in base to stay. He must have just killed him a moment ago. We got a cross touch though. Sparks very low. Machine gun down. He's got any support. Avenged is with him, but he's taken down. Let's have a look how silencep's doing.
He's got armor. Is he really going to be waiting these last few seconds for the power up again? We saw this early round and didn't really go all that well.
Get it. He's
nobody knows he's here, but somebody's going to show up on this item. Oh! Completely misses him. This is huge, and it's a quad. He can make himself get out of here. He needs the 225s for sure. Backing out of here with Shotgun, taking down Effortless, taking down Avenged. Everybody dies. He's moving back through the flag room.
Oh, that hurt quite a lot, that rocket, but he's got team support over here. They're all coming through the doorways. Exodus, he's got him covered. Nice one, buddy.
Machine guns for these guys.
Oh, silencep. This might be another cap in a second. Where are the spawns? He's trying to get a turnaround shot. Is his base empty? He's got teammates telling him it absolutely is 3-1 right now for Expendables.
silencep just picked up a full team wipe almost twice.
Yeah. That was a really great performance from him. Exodus. Oh, actually, shotgun works. He got the 50 health bubble, and he gets the kills as well. What is happening to the Expendables team? Oh, there we are. That's what we needed to see from Sake. Rushing him down just as he was getting into mid. And stopping Expendables from getting a lead that is kind of unrecoverable. And you can see that
the Expendables have kind of shaken Sake's Hornet's Nest. They're really trying to push in. We have a lot more junky Russians coming out. We'll have to see if that pressure can amount to anything. silencep once again on the flag.
So much pressure from these guys. Oh, little air rocket. Was his teammate was there a second ago? Maybe there's going to be another touch. silencep doesn't spawn in their garden.
Flag still on the field. There's the return there. But 2 caps up on Jap Castles. I mean, yeah, this map could potentially turn around quickly, but we've just seen a glacial shift here. Expendables really taking over mid.
Oh man, really, they look like a completely different team now to how they did about 7-8 minutes ago. And the Sake guys are going to be scratching their heads a little bit, working out how to deal with this. Their defenders seem somewhat absent a lot of the time, maybe getting some bad spawns in the enemy base.
Absolutely, but it's going to be a shot fly, but Demon getting the handoff and taking down Effortless with nothing but machine gun coming back through garden. Just as items come up, this is potentially dangerous, but Demon will have Sparty to assist him on the cap here. This will be Expendables going 4-on-1 here in Japanese Castles.
Wow. I think Effortless there, a little bit of a keyboard slap for a second.
I can hear that from out here.
Oh, Effortless, he's going to get the quad, so maybe this is something that they can work with.
I've actually been kind of surprised that we've gotten so far through this map and have seen very little in terms of pressure on the enemy items. I mean, yeah, a lot of flag rushes just as the items come up, but no real quad steals.
I mean, it was at the beginning that the Expendables tried, and then silencep made the first quad steal, really, on his last cap.
We're going to have to see how Silence is able to work this one here. He's only got rails in hand. Makes his way clear through. He's got a little bit of intel. It's going to be open. It's going to be a good YA steal. No, give that to Silence. He really needs that one. But Avenged is going to be dangerous here with rocket launcher. Silence, I mean, he's not dead yet, but it's going to be an easy mark for KGB to pull down. But at this point, they're starting to burn the clock a little bit more, putting the brakes on the pacing of the map. As we only have 6 minutes left on the clock, and 3 caps is an incredible amount to take in that amount of time. We're gonna have to see what KGB and Crit can put together.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the Sake guys a little bit. They need to something needs to manifest itself from their attacking side, so they can get their so that they can actually force their other 2 players to support them in mid. But they're just not able to penetrate this defense. I think it's Sparty. It's created some kind of force field around the flag room.
Yeah, Sparty's definitely got the lowest death ratio here. He's 27 and 10 at the moment, but we see the defensive responsibilities also falling on Exodus, who's been doing an excellent job as well. 51 and 19, just an incredible amount of damage coming out of him.
Most frags on the map, I think.
Oh, absolutely, by a long shot.
What about how are the Sake defenders looking in terms of their kill death?
It's been a little bit more, as you can imagine, a little bit more even-handed. We're seeing a lot of rushes coming out of Sake where everybody's putting their focus on the attack, which means that everybody's been dying a heck of a lot more often. But it's still KGB, despite his junk rushes, putting together most of the defensive damage.
Wow, look at Exodus. He's hitting 75% rail.
That's what you wanted. There you go.
KGB, please. It's all about Exodus at the moment. And with 12 impressives on top of that, that's yeah, impressive is the right word to describe it.
Sparks a few seconds left on this region. It's not going to be getting all that much out of it, in fact. Demon moving through enemy garden here. Got a little bit of damage coming out of Effortless, nailing him against the wall with those rockets and enjoying those last few seconds of region. In fact, this is more than enough to put together a bit of an offensive push, but it's going to be Avenged on the pickup. Getting a... Other than the damage, it was almost a helpful rail, but it was that second one taking him down.
Yeah, if that one wasn't there, actually, he could have been flying out the base through mid.
So a bit of a reset there. Oh, look at all this pressure coming out of the Expendables mid.
I'm gonna see KGB. I think he might have to start shifting into attack at some point and just try to help his team plow down through the map, get the flag and make their way back.
Well, it looks like Sake is still putting 2 men on the flag at this late point of the game. It might just be worthwhile just to take all the stops out and try to make something happen. But Sparks is still there, single-handedly.
Nice.
To try to make this happen. We see a few dead bodies there. He's opened things up. He's taken away YA, and good timing on that, actually. He's not able to waste too much time there. And again, going on the sneaky, trying to make sure that nobody's paying too much attention to the guy with the flag.
Oh, the rails, they all suddenly come out at the same time. KGB's over there. He's actually got some good health and armor. Rocket jump across, makes it into the base. Is they going to be meeting any green cyber demons here? He won't, so they are going to get a cap back and trying to keep the game alive to get the 2-0 on Expendables.
Still only 3 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. You need to pick these next 2 up, and KGB cannot afford to die right now. He just picked up that YA. This needs to be a clean shutdown of this aggressive push. And Demon taking away quad here. This is big. If he can manage to hit a rail or 2. He's got the 1. But there's a lot of time of this quad just kind of going towards nothing. He's sneaking his way through here. Nice dodge of that rocket. He's still railable here, though.
The next power-up is going to be
huge.
his.
They finally got the timing wide enough so that they can take one and then move to the other. This is going to be double items for the Expendables moving into the Sake base.
This is what happens when you get another cap, Sake, on Japanese castles. You get the double power-up out of hands. And is the damage enough? Sparks hit, 1 health left. He's going to go down. Exodus, though, he's got a touch. He's been a star player at the moment for Expendables here on Japanese castles.
This is huge for the Expendables. I was going to say this is just a distraction grab to keep Sake off of their own flag, but it looks like Exodus is going to take a party favor cap away from this after all.
Wow. Exodus, his rail still lurking above that 70% region. Nice shotgun work from Effortless, but he's running into the other defender, which is going to hurt pretty bad.
Nice damage out of Demon, but again, this is a lot of time. He's taking a lot of attrition damage. He's Gonna be back up to 100 health, but he really wants to go back for this armor.
Oh no! Other double back might be okay at the moment. He got Avenged down, but he is going to be Avenged again as he spawns freshly in mid, and he can just send that flag home again.
So this is just burning the clock down. I don't really think Sake's got enough time to make this happen. We might be seeing a tiebreaker map.
Yeah, I mean, Demon has choked on Duel quite a lot, but this is CTF. A lot of people probably consider Demon a Dueler now. He's a CTF guy. CTF is #1 in his book, so I think he's definitely going to be helping his team secure this lead and not give away any stupid caps or unnecessary caps.
I don't know, and they're just enjoying the frags at this point. Demon just racking it up here in mid.
Yeah, he's got to show, but he'll be feeling a little bit more relaxed now that they kind of secured this tiebreaker map between them. Exodus with another quad.
1 minute warning.
And it's kind of ironic in my mind that it was the Expendables actually putting the effort in to make the item steal happen. I mean, once this map starts slipping away from you, that's really something you need to be putting together. We need to be putting pressure on the enemy quad, on the enemy regen. We need to take that and move right into the base. It's so huge if you can take a quad and move directly into the flag.
Excellent.
Oh my god, Exodus.
Didn't quite happen that way.
I think this is going to be basically the last play of the game. We're going to be Avenged with the quad damage. See if he can pick up some kills. But 10 HP, that's nothing. Just a little scatter of MG, and he is down. KGB, though. Well, okay, they're playing swapsies here. They're kind of sharing their strengths, can't even imagine.
Overall, these have just been some excellent quad runs. We've seen so many bodies hit the floor during this round.
Yeah.
But we're going to be going into the tiebreaker here. Sake versus the Expendables. It's going to come down to this in the next few seconds.
Awesome. Really happy about that. I don't know what Exodus did at the beginning of the game when he left the server and came back, but when he came back, he turned into a beast right there. 5-2.
He had a power bar, obviously.
Look at that, 65 to 29. Yeah, most kills on the board.
So many frags in this round. I mean, this is
Absolutely
a huge
tons.
step up.
silencep, I mean, he's attacking a lot. And he managed to actually get pretty even, 49 to 51. That's actually very good if you're going in as an attacker, whereas Avenged, Sparks, they got less than half the kills that they do deaths, and that's really where you can see the difference. And Exodus there, you can see on the camera, he's on the right. silencep was next to him there, just so you guys recognize those players.
Oh, yeah.
We're sitting on Siberia at the moment, but we are going to Spiders Crossing to determine this. Are you a fan?
Oh, absolutely. These matches just always play out so very awesomely.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see... We saw Spider Crossings earlier being played between... actually, we saw it a couple times between CDC. I think we saw it on top of the encroachment game versus Team VNV. And we're going to get to see it again. I think Spider Crossing is probably the map we're going to see the most.
And this is the map, I think, that has the most competition between the States and the European players. This is sort of just the international map.
Yeah.
It always has been, at least in my mind, going back to... to old Quake 3, some of those previous patches, and CPM as well.
Yeah.
A lot of action here.
I feel like QuakeCon, the stage, is also really nicely set for maybe troubled waters. Well, it's going to be so annoying that when we want to see like all of the maps being played in the finals or something, but we're going to be getting, of course, it goes down in the CTF. We have the finals, so we're going to play it here, so everyone at home is going to be able to see it. And then the big stage, we're going to get one map. What's that one map you'd want to see on the main stage for all the live audience?
In terms of getting people like just throwing chairs and flipping tables, maps that aren't really in this pool, we're seeing a bit more of a classic pool, even though we've got some newer maps. But we're not seeing those picked all that often. Obviously, we're seeing more troubled waters, we're seeing more Spiders Crossings, we're seeing more Jap Castles. But honestly, I think Jap Castles is going to be that one.
Yeah.
That generates those solid plays, those great quad runs. I mean, we saw so many of them in the last round, and we're going to be seeing. A lot of that action here on Spire Crossings as well. But Spire Crossings, I love just the critical timing in mid. Just crossing mid, it's just one path, get through it, and don't get railed by 5 guys all at once.
Exactly. If Exodus is hitting his rails on this map, this is going to be crazy. I think Expendables can literally the game can be saved for them. The series can be saved if Exodus can hit the same rails that he did last time around. I didn't think that he was going to be the best aimer on the team. I was looking at when you think of Sparty, silencep, and Demon, you're thinking like these are some of the best aimers in Europe. And all of a sudden, Exodus just coming out and saying, "Hey guys, remember I am a core member here. This is why I'm coming over to America with the Expendables."
Which actually makes me kind of surprised that we didn't see him utilized in Troubled Waters in this set.
Yeah. maybe we'll get to see a little bit of that later on. I think
there's
they're
a lot of games to go through.
They're nervous of that because then if they ever go against Unknown in Europe, then you got winz with the rail. And if Exodus can outrail winz, then I see good fortune for the Expendables team. But
is that really what you want to be relying on for the entirety of the matches? Is that one-on-one matchup between who can outrail each other's
the mid rail? The mid rail is really, obviously there's so many more aspects to it. But if you're getting that damage and if you're making sure that every enemy that enters your base is less than 50 health, doesn't matter if you kill them or not.
Huge.
That's absolutely massive.
Makes it a really boring day for your base defender.
Yeah, they'd be sitting there picking daisies in the sunshine or something. But
that's something that Troubled Waters is incredibly lacking of.
Yeah,
daisies and sunshine.
Yeah, but that's it. If your defender is having like a free time because mid is so strong, then they're just kind of going to come into mid and make it even stronger, and then make it even harder for you to get into the base. So it's obviously there's got to be a level in the game where you just need to be aiming really well. I've seen a few games though where there's one team
Europeans in your aim.
Pardon?
You Europeans in your aim.
Sometimes you get the strategy where there's a team who will die constantly. They'll die constantly. They'll spawn on their base, but they will never let that flag go.
Right.
And eventually, they'll get that one moment where they got the attacker who has 5 frags and 90 deaths. He'll get the flag, and he'll find that clear path all the way through, and he'll make the cap happen. So that's the magic. You can see that sometimes in some high-level CTF games.
And some of the larger maps as well. You just got to have that one guy who's just always got, W taped down forward.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like actually being the guy who does that role, because when you look at their Quakelive profile, they see that, this guy's got 100,000 kills and 350,000 deaths.
But you need that pressure all the time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's very useful. It is the kamikaze attacker. Like, that's essentially what it is. Let's have a look to see how ready these guys are. I think the Sake players might be.
I think Sparks might be back here. Yeah.
Oh, Sparks. I
think he had to take a bit of a break, bit of a breather.
The sole Canadian of the Sake team. It's a fairly mixed pack for the Expendables. We've got 2 Dutch players, Exodus and silencep, the Belgian Demon, and Sweden's Sparty. So it's a bit of a rainbow team. But
hold on.
Sorry. I don't want to encroach on that. How are the rainbow guys doing?
I hope that they're bringing everything they've been bringing to the cups over the past several months. They've sort of started off as a joke team, but it turns out they actually work quite well together.
Yeah,
especially on a map like Spiders. So I can't wait to see that. And of course we have all day to get it going.
I hope we get a glimpse of the rainbow team at some point. I'm a Madrigal fanboy. I have been.
You and me both. I think we have to fight over him. I've had him over at our place. For several days before QuakeCon, and I don't think I want to let him get back on the plane, to be honest.
Oh, he's brilliant though. He's a very good community supporter as well. He was a guy sending donations to help some of the Europeans come over. He really wanted to see an absolutely stacked QuakeCon. I think with the help of Madrigal, and obviously there's so many other people who contributed.
Especially,
QuakeCon amazing.
The state of Capture the Flag, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of organization to make Capture the Flag happen, like you're mentioning with some of the European players. And it has really taken a lot of effort from both communities to make this event happen here. We wouldn't be here today if people like Madrigal and Effortless and Sparks and all these guys didn't, show up, come together, and make these teams practice and get some really quality games going.
Exactly. We haven't really talked about it that much. I think I've touched on it with DDK very briefly on favorites for the tournament. Do you have one? Because I think there's like 5 teams that can take it.
There's so many variables in that. I mean, of course, we saw yesterday how much the pressure of the tournament can really affect the standings. You have a lot of surprises, you have a lot of upsets, you have a lot of upset players because it's such a brutal tournament. I mean, going all day after a lot of jet lag, starting so early, and in the duel tournament at least, the single elimination best of 5, that's just rough. And even best of 3 capture the flag, like that's a time commitment. 20-minute matches, it wears on you. So, we can take a look at who's, really going strong at this, hour of the day. But later on in the afternoon, that could shift wildly.
Yeah, we could see, Tox was getting pretty tired towards the end yesterday, which may or may not have impacted his performance. I think he was in the CTF.
For about 20 minutes, against Rapha, he was playing better than anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah. But guys, let's
right,
focus on the CTF here. This is the tiebreaker match between Sake and eXpendables. Winner of this will be going over to the winner bracket semifinals.
All right, we've got Effortless on the stage right now, and he's going to be looking for everything in the base. It takes a bit to shop around in your base. And if you're going to be the defending player, it's sort of exhausting. It's a real workout.
It is. You're moving it all over the shop. Sparks already
Railed down to 30 health. Man, he's going to be stuck down there. Demon just sweeping him out. What is going on in their base?
Any moment now we're going to be having the quad or haste spawning. We don't actually know when it is going to be spawning, of course, nor do the players. silencep trying to help his teammates clear it all out, but they're constantly fighting, constantly returning to that point. I'm going to try and find someone who's near the mid. Sparty. Oh wow, 2 rails on him at once. All of a sudden, he's just got 0 left.
Sparty's content just holding a rail and holding down mid. Who needs the haste when it's just a perfect bait? You know, it's a crosshair for Sparty right now, but it's going to be Exodus taking away both regen and haste. We start to see him push out here a little bit more, but it looks like we have a little bit of a sneak into the Sake base.
I like how they're allowing Exodus to do all the work over here. I think they noticed that he's kicking a lot of ass.
They can steal away this red armor. This is absolutely huge. But Effortless is going to take him down anyway. Wow, that LG coming out of him. Absolutely amazing. And they're going to collapse back in and hold down fort.
He had a really good stack going for himself as well, so Effortless holding on to that, very important. If Exodus got a flag touch, then he could have been out of that base before he can blink.
Absolutely, so KGB is going to be knocked on down there. We've got Exodus taking the last few seconds of this regen, but it's interesting to see how players are starting to stack up in mid. We have these peak rails coming out, these ones around the corner. Of course, that railgun being right in the middle. It's a hugely contested item all the time, and it's going to be KGB LG'd on down as Exodus tries to hold down the fort here, but it's letting a few players go on by. Hopefully, the Expendables base is a little bit more heavily defended, but it's going to be Expendables Demon actually getting a pickup here. He's able to take a few 5 pickups and make sure he's not quite railable, but this LG is going to be a problem for him anyway. Effortless taken on down. He's got a teammate to help him out, and he's going to go, whoa, not going to stick around here too much longer. With 11 health, he's going to be pulled on down. Can we see a pickup? No, it's going to be returned by KGB.
I was close, just popping up the bounce pad with the shotgun. Demon, who was just meters away from actually having a clean ride home. Good late defense from Sake.
That's the great thing about this map. There's always a way to let one rail or one rocket just completely deny a run so late into it.
silencep trying to get some up position. It's 20 seconds still till the power-up. Are they going to go for an attack first and maybe try and collect the power-up on the way back? Finds KGB, silencep's LG. Well, over 50%. This is a significant amount. Small rocket jump out, and he's hoping that he can time this run perfectly to get the power up. It's 2 seconds. You don't have enough health to rocket jump, buddy. And that is going to be flag returned. KGB with the haste.
Whoops.
No quad yet. And Avenged will take that off him.
It's one way to drop the flag for your teammate, but they weren't there for it. And Avenged is going to be getting his own regen. Already got that haste in hand. He's actually got a bit of LG here, which is incredibly dangerous with that haste power up. He's got another regen to pick up, and he might be leaving that up for a teammate. He wants to make sure somebody gets it. He doesn't want to keep going on this push until that regen is secured. It's going to be KGB getting the pickup, but it's really Avenged who's going to be putting together this push.
He's going down from below. His haste is about to run out as he gets towards the flag. He's not even going to get a touch, in fact.
Maybe he was hoping for that mega, but if so, the timing was significantly off.
And Sparty, he's trying to be the turret now of the base.
Yeah, taking a look at him right now, he's 11-0, making those defense battles happen. Yeah.
No deaths so far. Only 3-4 minutes in. I mean, we've seen CTF matches in the past where like neither defender gets any deaths.
Yeah, but for a defending player, he's also pushing out to mid. He's securing that lower entrance, making sure that yellow armor doesn't go to an attacking enemy, and getting a lot of rails as well. So silence, going silent.
That was a nice little maneuver from him. There's a yellow armor up. He misses his shot. Avenged with the shotgun. He does go down, but Exodus, he's got the flag behind him, and there's going to be another handoff. And silencep, he can't get his sparks. Eventually gets the flag. That was palmed off between 3 players on the Expendables team. But you can see that they're getting their flag out pretty far at the moment. Sake are yet to make such an impression on the Spiders Crossings.
It's going to be Demon once again getting the touch, but it'll be Effortless taking him on down. And mid completely empty at the moment. We've still got 20 seconds before haste comes back up. But yeah, you're right. The Expendables have been able to get that haste pretty effortlessly the entire time.
Let's see what happens over here. There's 10 seconds to power up, and all of the Sake players are in their base trying to slow down Sparks. Look at that. They keep pushing their back at them. They're trying to make it as difficult as possible for them to get into mid. 1 second now. Power-ups up. Another haste. No quad for anybody. Demon trying to bring it back. We've got that power up.
There we have it. Sparty taking away his own regen.
Do we get a Sparty run? I want a Sparty run.
Well, it'd be a bit early in the game for the defending player to break on out there, but he's certainly got everything stacked in his favor.
Did he have to sort out a bind or something, or is he just waiting for his health to stack up? We've already had strenx have to go through that. There we go. That process.
Taking that red and perhaps using that aggressively, but it's going to be a lot of distraction right now. I mean, Avenged and Spark, sure they got pulled on down, but there goes Sparty's armor. There goes the rest of his regen time. And
just defensive, man.
Yeah. I mean,
come on, Sparty. I wanted to see some.
Playing right now as if they're 2 caps up already, and they just need to hold things down. But now this is.
What's Sparty doing?
Still need to prove themselves.
He's looking slightly uncomfortable. He's just flapping his mouse pad around or something. Let's just switch over and see what the Sake guys are doing. KGB, not seen much of him in this map.
Certainly plenty of time for him to prove himself. He's going to be trying not to get too caught up in these fights. He's got a little bit of health to work with, a little bit of LG. Sitting 34% and 55 rail. But coming into mid, he's going to be completely railable at this point. Exodus is going to be taken on down, but there's Sparty ready and waiting for him. I mean, say what you will about Sparty, he's actually hitting a lot in mid.
Oh, he's doing fine. I'm just criticizing for not attacking when I wanted him to.
Yeah.
Whether or not it was strategically good is
it was a good defensive
up to them.
haze/regen, but it didn't need to be a defensive haze/regen.
I think they're waiting for a quad, to be honest. I think the teams are kind of given up and this haste isn't working at all. Let's just hope for quad damage and then we can rinse and repeat. A small touch there from Sparks again, but it's so little. He never gets down the ramp or up the bounce pad.
Sparks will be knocked on down there once again. Over on the Sake side, we're looking at, well, not too many defensive medals, actually. I mean, our lowest death count is Effortless. He was only 15 and 10. Sparks, going for that rush we were talking about earlier, 18 and 30 to his name. And he's actually going for that haste, and yeah, I think you may be right. Just this haste, give us a quad already. We haven't seen one pop up yet.
Regeneration.
And Sparty has died once, by the way, guys. A single death for Sparty.
Just sort of par for a map with so many items available to the defending player. But Sparks is going to be coming in, going to have to see if he can make Sparty die a second time. Oh. There it is, with so much more regen. This is huge for him. Haste is going to be running on out, but he's got loads of health. Sure, rocket jump all over the place, man. He's just looking for bodies to knock on down, but no, it's going to be silence.
And he's rocking 46% LG. That was crazy, though. That was a very nice run from KGB. Just couldn't.
I think he got a little bit too eager for the fights he was getting into, though. He was so happy to have all the power-ups that he had.
His LG was great, and then the rockets, I mean, he just needed to walk through the choke point, and he probably would have been fine, but silencep's LG just would not.
Can't choke in the choke point.
Yeah, would not leave his hitbox whatsoever.
We're almost halfway through this, and we have yet to see a flag even really get back into enemy base.
We can notice that on this game, particularly between these two teams, the main power up in the middle and the regions, they're staying kind of firm in that kind of rotation because they're focusing a lot more on it than some of the previous teams that we're watching. So just seeing that higher level of control and understanding of what's going on all over the map.
Sparks, incredible LG there, but Exodus says nope, on his way back in. Exodus might be putting something together, even though there's nothing really coming up for a little while. He might be going in for a bit of a lower play, but it's going to be Demon on the flag, actually. Bit of a surprise there.
Oh, KGB hitting quite a lot. He's going to be dropping down. He's got a teammate beside him, but that is going to be Sparks who returns the flag. Didn't last very long.
Yeah, again, a completely shut down run with 3 seconds to items. This is, again, really unusual out of these guys. We're seeing a lot of bodies hit the floor right before quad comes up, which makes it difficult to really solidify your position on this. But there it is. Somebody's got to get it. Somebody with weapons, hopefully. But man, Avenged, like, fine. I've got MG. What else do I need?
What a time to win the quad. The first one of the game.
It's a good handoff. I'm glad that somebody actually had their drop quad button and is playing like a team. Effortless on regen and quad. He's got everything. He's loaded to the teeth. This is his time to shine. But getting into mid, getting through mid, easier said than done.
He should drop the power up for a little bit while he waited for that. He wasted a bit of time with it.
But he needs to make these rails connect. There we go.
And now there's no more quad. He's got to do as much damage as possible. silencep just getting closer and being annoying as he can. And Effortless falls.
And he just got stuck there. He was just so focused on making all those hits happen that, MG and LG eventually whittled him down.
Before the game I was talking about a team that's dying a lot more than the enemy team can still make that one gap happen. It's 0-0. It's been eXpendables. It's been out fighting Sake by quite a large margin, but they've got nothing to show for it, so I wonder if Sake can do the unthinkable.
Will be silencep getting a bit of a pickup here, but again, we have so many other defenders in the base, I don't really see it getting all that far, yeah. Nice one off the spawn there, and what I like to see is keeping the pressure up, backing into mid to produce a little bit, but there's Sparks, he's going to be easy to take down at this point. Silence might just want to hold down mid, or at least this corner, leaving the door open for the flag carrier to have a clean run out. If they can get that far. That might put the burden of responsibility on Silence, but at that point, everyone's going to know exactly where he's at and how much health he has.
Actually, I want to go and have a look at Exodus, to be honest, a little bit. Not rocking the same accuracy as he was last time round, but he's, I'm already delighted with what I see from Exodus. Anything extra now is a big bonus for me, but he's got to keep stepping it up, and I think he's,
well, they're
with or without
the upper
70%,
corners.
he's looking good.
This is absolutely predicated on them actually having somebody to run in and get the flag. It seems like they finally decided it was going to be Exodus trying to move in down to 54 health. Everyone's going to know where he is. Jumping on top of the flags will be dangerous, but there we finally have a quad. Man, what's up with the RNG this round?
I know, right? Second quad of the game. Hopefully not the last as well. I'm going to stick on the quad carrier.
Certainly don't blame you, but Effortless, again, a lot of times coming here. Does he really want to wait for this red armor? He's finally going to get it, but again, every second of this quad is going to be absolutely vital.
And he's to the quad.
Silence, a little bit hesitant on the trigger there. Effortless was able to take him down easily to not make a lane pop, but Effortless on the regen now. Looking to move in.
The stack is glorious. He needs some team support, though. He's waiting for them to distract the defenders. Look at that. There's someone on every single side. They're going to sandwich him completely, and Effortless.
Stuffed like an Oreo. Effortless goes down. What happened to that stack? What happened to that run? Again, we're 12 minutes in, and we have Silence once again on the flag. Beautiful rail coming out of him, but he's looking for an exit, and nobody's really providing that for him. Sparks.
Oh, I think he felt that. Yes, I juked them. They fell for my trap, but he couldn't
They'll
get
never
out.
find me in this tiny tunnel.
No rocket
with no
launcher
escape.
was hard for him then.
Yeah.
12 minutes without a single cap.
Absolutely insane, especially on Spider Crossings. It's such a high-octane map if you're getting a lot of quads, but like I said, we've only seen a couple so far.
And there's still a bit of time, probably about 10 to 15 seconds time, they'll be setting up for that quad damage. Or haste, as it could be.
I don't know about that. I mean, we've seen so many just junk runs right before items come up, meaning that everybody who's moving into mid before items come up, it's going to be somebody with an MG, grabbing quad, and then they have to go back to base, then get weapons. It's making it very difficult for these items to really be situational.
I like to see someone just going through and not taking it back to base, and maybe just trying to steal the enemy regen as they spawn virtually the same time. Something that's very possible if you've got a strong 2-3 players on the attack who've each got a little bit of armor to their name.
If anyone's going to do it, I think it's going to be Sparks, but Silence has been so consistent on his flag action. But again, it's because everyone else is paying attention to the item. It's going to be Avenged on it, but it's just, again, MG sus after MG sus on this quad.
Yeah, it's Silence that's bringing it back. A lot of time killed over there, and he's taking the long route around. He's trying to be as fast as possible.
That means that quad is going to be useful in mid and maybe approaching red armor, but not really. He's being really slow on it here. Mid's actually open. 3 seconds left. This should shut down the red position. KGB knocked down. Everyone's going to know that Silence is coming over the top. He's got lots of time left on this regen. Doesn't want to waste any here. Where's the rest of his team, though? There we go. We've got a teammate there to help him out, to keep at least one of those avenues of exit open for him.
Oh, look at that. 3 players in defense. I love this. It's like I've realized, okay, they've realized a long time ago, okay, we might not be fighting them better, but if we're more...
Their positioning has been on target.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly it. They're just, when someone's in the base, they always put a lot of focus on that and make sure that they're not losing out on those caps. This is like a recipe for overtime already. With this kind
overtime
of time
at 0-0 on Spider Crossings.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right.
It could happen. These teams are phenomenally close, and it's. I don't even know if I'm that confident in the Expendables being able to get the cap, even if they are winning all the fights.
I mean, it has been Sake really putting together the better positioning on this, but then again, Sake hasn't really been pushing into the enemy base whatsoever. I mean, Silence has been doing the most junk rushes here.
Yeah. How's Sparty doing?
There we go. Oh, we actually do have a bit of a pickup there. Sparks,
just for a second,
starting to throw down the gauntlet a little bit. And look at this, here's KGB as well. I mean, no more items, no more waiting for quad, no more waiting for armor. Just get in, get some of that flag action, and keep the pressure up.
What's the flag pickup time that we've got for both teams? You've got a bit of tab over there.
We've got 1 minute and 5 seconds over on the Expendables, and are you kidding me? Sake with 17 seconds. I mean, they both have 7 touches, but of course, Silence has held it a lot longer.
Yeah. Let's watch Sparks, though. Look at what he's got at the moment. This is a really great amount of resources. He's got a Sparty with the regen. Sure, he'll probably be playing that defensively. He knows that there's going to be an attack on his way.
Sparks needs a support here for fighting Sparty for sure.
I don't even know if they should kill Sparty. Just get out. Just don't worry about it.
Let Avenged deal with him, but this is huge. He's got the haste to make good use of it. He's back in the mid. This is a flag in mid. Here's Demon. Oh my. So much shaft.
That was it right there, but there's, again, Expendables. They adapted quite well to that situation, got in mid very fast. Sparty with the rockets not working too well. Eventually the LG will settle the deal.
But this is, you know, just the tip of the iceberg in terms of their aggression. If they could just keep this up, I mean, they've shaken a lot of things loose in mid, a lot of things loose in terms of Sparty's stack. This is not the time to collapse and start thinking about, you know, armors and items again.
I think Expendables are going to be pretty nervous as well, because that was the best flag run that we've had so far from Sake. And it was actually really close to being a cap, despite only being halfway through half the map the flag traveled.
Avenged a little bit off on his rockets. They're eventually going to get pulled on down by Demon. 45 seconds to quad or haste. This gets us in a really nervous time. I mean, you said overtime, and now I'm just kind of holding my breath. Every single one of these item pop-ups is going to be incredibly nail-biting.
I mean, I called it pretty damn early. Yeah, well, that's to say, but I mean, from what we've seen, it's
you read the tone of this match. I mean, this is exactly what we're looking at. It's just a perfect balance.
And you know, these guys seeded 4th and 5th respectively. Expendables, pretty pissed that they weren't seeded 4th, to be honest. And this is essentially fighting to see where the tournament admins to seed them 5th.
Oh, we're gonna throw that down, are we?
No, I'm not saying it. This is just what Demon and Co. they want to be saying.
I mean, Gills isn't here, so somebody's got to complain about seeds. Alright, but Sparks has actually got it here. He's got no armor, but who needs it?
Oh my god.
He's clear through mid.
What?
He's into base. Mid. What mid? Oh, this is Sparks
getting
the cap. Sake taking it 1-0. And with only a couple minutes left on the clock, that's actually huge. But
that's insane.
This is going to open the door for Exodus and crew. They cannot afford to wait around anymore. All the subtlety has to go out the window.
I can't believe that.
They've got to slam themselves against the wall now.
Sake have been on the back foot for pretty much the entire game. The last couple of minutes have been pretty nice for them. Exodus making it in. No more quad damage. KGB going down. He's got support from Demon. These guys mean business at the moment. silencep with a touch. And he's going to rocket jump away. Is this going to be a quick response from the Expendables? He's making his way through mid. Is there anyone else that he has?
What is happening in this round?
Now you decide to cap Expendables. There's no one player. Avenged, he can't. Oh, holy shit. But no, it doesn't matter. There's too many players around. Expendables tying it up. But why didn't that happen 10 minutes ago?
Everybody was very nervous. They were playing it by the book, getting items, getting armors, but now that it's time to throw down, everything is up for grabs. This is just going to be an incredibly messy last minute, unless they just revert back to how they were playing before and go, all right, maybe we need a breather, maybe we need this overtime.
If Sake could just have held on to that amazing defensive game they had earlier and avoided that would have been a beautiful CP9 from them. But pressure on once again, and we are stepping ever closer to this overtime. I thought it was going to be a 0-0 overtime, but I'm happy with that. This is
actually really big. Avenged stealing away this Mega. It's going to be difficult for him to make it up the handicap ramp. Sparty shoving him back down it with that rail and able to take away that 50. Sparty was looking a little bit soft there for a moment, but final minute of the official time, but I think we're going to be here for a while.
I'm not sure. The Sparty, he didn't look at the flag, and there's going to be a return of that. Sparks, I think, may have got it. I didn't quite see. And we got, this is it actually, Expendables. They've managed to control the quad, but no, they let it go. They spread and they trusted that it was captured.
Taking that quad right back in. It says, oh, you were heading back into base. I think I'll just follow through. At 16 health though, can he take down Effortless? There it is.
Oh dear. Oh no, he needs to hit. He missed the rail. If he hit that, then it would have been glorious. 30 seconds left for this possible overtime.
This is going to be a pretty much useless quad for them now. With the time running up, it'll be regens up. And I think we may be looking at KGB to try to make something happen here. But again, 15 seconds left. There's not even time for KGB to get there and back again.
If people at home aren't aware of what happens in overtime in CTF, well, basically every minute of overtime is an extra second it takes to spawn
when you die. Ramping up here.
There it
and
is.
that actually could be bad news for Sake because, again, it's Sparty who's been he's died 6 times. Sparks has died 86 times. More than a factor of 10. So as the respawn timers start to play into the defenses a little bit here, Sparty might just be our MVP for the moment.
Could well be. I don't know who's going to take this though, to be honest. It's going to come down to a very big fight. I think maybe around the power-ups. Probably when the spawn timer is at about 6 or 7 seconds, and they're not going to be able to respawn.
Are we seeing anyone trying to make a base push right now, or is everybody just kind of holding down mid? Here it comes.
Expendables, small little move from them. I'm gonna see if I can actually find any of them. Silencep at the moment. He's pushing
to shut down that quickly, but this is actually big. I mean, he's been really consistent. Just hasn't been getting very far, but a lot of pressure, keeping Sake on the defensive. Shut them down.
You can see
All
now.
the bases are quiet once again. So there's 4 seconds of respawn delay, 1 minute into the overtime. And once again, Sparty, as he starts racking them up, he's going to be the brick wall.
Sparty can't die. Let's have a look to see how he's... Oh, I'll look in a moment. A bit of action going on mid because we've got the power-up spawning. And Demon just comes in. He manages to get the steal. This is a really nice play from him. He's dropping it down. He's like, I've only got 5 HP. Someone else used it. Sparty, he's got it. Now he comes out of the base. Now he wants to attack. Has he got the support from his buddies? He's already flying in. I think all of the Sake players there are trying to defend.
The boulder is rolling. Sparty with his absolutely monstrous defensive stack and that haste. It's going to be really difficult for him to get anywhere.
Sparty's there, but he's so weak at the moment. 50 health bubble. Looking for a rel. He's going to go down. I think Sake managed to hold on to that.
This
that
is
was
huge for them because now Sake knows that Sparty's going to be weak. He's going to need to spend time not only to respawn, but to stack back up. If anybody's going to be pushing, it's going to be Sparks.
Sparks. He's getting across at the moment. He's got... Sparty, you need to hit some shots at the moment. We've got 5-second respawn time. He's trying to get out of here. He's found the region on the floor. This is going to be Sake coming in and taking it home. They are going to win 2-1 and sending eXpendables into the loser bracket. Wow.
What were you saying about those seeds?
That, I wasn't saying it. They were. eXpendables was saying it. I was just throwing the topic out there for everybody to enjoy, to juice up on.
But what a fantastic series of matches this early into the bracket.
Look at that though. This the map's changed already. But 69 kills, 9 deaths for Spartan. You look at the enemy defender who's died 3-4 times more. Their attackers bordering on
12 times more.
100 deaths,
yeah,
like 50 frags. And as I said, they can make it happen with just those really smart plays. And it did turn down the big team fight. I think all of eXpendables committed when the Sparty had the haste. If that worked, they would have won. They didn't. They couldn't respawn really in time, and Sparks just had the flag. He was positioned amazingly.
Putting Sparty out that early into the overtime, like maybe wait for that 6-second respawn delay. You know,
it's
make
a bit
it
too confident from them. You know,
there has to be that precise timing of it. I mean, Sparty's such an ace card to play, but if he goes down, you're wide open, and that's exactly where Sparks moved in.
I'm going to try and see if I can have a quick look at what else has been happening.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot of action coming through. I mean, these have been amazing matches going through the entire bracket. But it looks like so far, Sake and the eXpendables has been the 1-3 mapper. We've been looking at them for a while. While we've been doing that, you know, Unknown and Encroachment, you know, 2-0 there.
Yeah.
Wow, 2-0 there, okay.
So
Whelp and Rainbow 2-0, putting them down in the lower bracket.
So there's only one European team in the winner bracket semis. That's Unknown. They're going to be going against WELP. Sake versus 2014. That means eXpendables, they're going to have to fight their way through the lower bracket, which is okay for them. It's not going to be the same as the Duel tournament, of course. They're going to be going up against VNV next. But we've got plenty of action coming very soon. I've been Zoot. That's been with Jahar casting some CTF. We'll see you very soon for some more CTF.
Keep it rolling.